Despite the temporary closures of movie theaters, these actors are still firing on all cylinders. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie performances of 2020 so far.
Another beautiful feral beast lopes his way to a watering hole.
Who are you talking about now?
I talk, Raymundo, of Dry Eye. Oh, Dry Eye. What is he, Chinese, Japanese, Pekingese?
For this list, we're looking at performances in films that have had a wide, limited, or video-on-demand release in 2020. Number 10. Jim Carrey, Sonic the Hedgehog. From the Riddler to Count Olaf, Jim Carrey has a long history of playing eccentric villains.
Are you in charge here?
Yes, I
Nope.
am.
Wrong. I'm in charge.
Is
Me.
Major
Ben.
Charge.
It came as no surprise then when he delivered yet another stellar performance as Dr. Robotnik, the evil scientist who's after Sonic the Hedgehog. While some critics berated the movie for being overly childish, Carrey had a blast with it, and it showed.
Can I give you one genius piece of advice? Don't run. It'll only hurt more if you do. And it's bad for your joints. They've proved it.
Not only did the role allow him to go all out with his cartoonish expressions and flamboyant mannerisms, it also gave him a chance to show off his dancing skills in an awesome evil plotting montage.
Evil grows in the dark, where the sun it never shines. Evil grows in cracks and holes.
The best part of it all? The actor has made no effort to hide his enthusiasm for a sequel. Looks like we haven't seen the last of Dr. Robotnik. Number 9. Sydney Flanagan, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. This early 20-something actress's stunning debut is sure to go down in indie movie history. As the lead in Eliza Hittman's third movie, Flanagan plays Autumn Callahan, a teenager who travels across states to get a secret abortion.
And in addition to the pregnancy test and the sonogram, we also like to have you tested for STDs. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. But I did already take a pregnancy test and I did a sonogram.
Despite dealing with such an emotionally heavy subject, the young actress doesn't fall into the easy trap of melodrama. Instead, she goes for a more subdued and ultimately more realistic acting style. The movie is full of silent scenes, but Flanagan doesn't need words. Her subtle body language and expression speak volumes about Autumn's quiet outrage. In fact, some of the movie's most powerful scenes focus on moments of wordless understanding between Autumn and her cousin Skylar, played impressively by co-star Talia Ryder.
I saw you weren't at school today.
I went to the doctor.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's wrong?
Girl problems?
Number 8. Riley Keough, The Lodge. Premiering at Sundance in 2019, Veronica France and Séverine Fiala's horror movie received widespread praise for its unnerving atmosphere and claustrophobic setting when it was wide released the next year. But what truly stands out about it is Riley Keough's bone-chilling performance as the main character, Grace Marshall. After getting stuck in a winter lodge with her fiancé's kids, Grace is confronted by inexplicable occurrences that slowly wear down on her mental health.
Is this some kind of joke?
Grace!
If this is some kind of joke, you got me, but it's not funny.
Keough conveys the character's psychological fragility through a demure and fretful attitude that makes the audience feel sorry for her. At the same time, her unsettling behavior pervades the whole movie with an unshakable sense of dread. By striking a balance between pity and fear, the actress paints us a deeply complex portrait of a character that's simultaneously a villain and a victim.
You don't have to be afraid. It's okay, Mia. You have nothing to be scared about.
Number 7. Julia Garner, The Assistant. Inspired by the Harvey Weinstein scandal, Kitty Green's debut feature, which premiered at the Telluride Film Fest in 2019 and was released theatrically in 2020, stars Julia Garner as Jane, the assistant of a powerful film executive.
Let me get in touch with the bank. Yeah, it's... I mean, you have your personal cards, right?
That's not the point. You're not listening
I really think that this is a misunderstanding.
Garner's voice is rarely heard as we follow Jane's struggles to cover up her boss's acts of sexual harassment. The actress has few lines compared to Jane's male co-workers, but she compensates for her silence with extremely eloquent body language. Her uneasy posture and the strained looks on her face tell us all there is to know about how grueling her job is. It takes major acting chops to convey disgust, humiliation, and hopelessness without saying a word, and Julia Garner definitely rises to the challenge. The wordless look of exhaustion in her eyes proves that silence can be the loudest scream.
So why are you in here trying to throw it all away over this bullshit?
Sorry.
This. Whatever it is. Let's make it official and call it a complaint. Let's assume I were to do the disservice of writing it up for you.
Number 6. Pete Davidson, the King of Staten Island. This comedy drama was set to see the light of day in theaters, but had its release switched to a digital one in mid-June of 2020. Written by Judd Apatow, Dave Cyrus, and Pete Davidson, the film shares multiple real-life parallels with the actor playing the titular character. Both Davidson and lead character Scott have a younger sister, they've spent many a day smoking marijuana, and they're covered in tattoos.
You know him?
He's a new friend.
You okay? You know, you could tell me.
I'm okay.
Oh, I trained her in the car. She's not gonna break.
Oh, and they both lost their firefighter fathers when they were kids. So while it's easy to brush off Davidson's performance considering the similarities to his past experiences, an open mind will allow you to see the depth and sensitivity the actor imbues the young man.
The first guy you date in 17 years is a fireman just like that? You don't think that's weird?
At times funny, at times dark, Davidson will surprise you. Number 5. Margot Robbie, Birds of Prey. After her performance was hailed as one of the only good things in Suicide Squad, Margot Robbie's return as the unstoppable Harley Quinn does not disappoint.
Being Joker's girl gave me immunity. I could do whatever I wanted to whoever I wanted, and no one ever dared to object.
In Birds of Prey, Robbie adds a new layer of spunkiness to her performance in order to reflect the inner growth of a newly single and newly emancipated Harley.
You're really not as complicated as you think.
And you're really not as clever as you think, because now I'm gonna slice you.
Jesus Christmas. Now you're gonna say that you want to kill me to set an example. Christ, you're boring.
I want to kill you. Shit. Because without the Joker around, I can.
Her sassiness serves as the perfect foil to Ewan McGregor's extravagant black mask, and the numerous fight scenes prove that her choreography skills are just as sharp as ever. With a fun new haircut and a heavy Brooklyn accent, Robbie gives us a new, fully uninhibited, arguably unhinged, and wildly entertaining Harley Quinn, the supervillain we never knew we needed. Joker who?
Ready, ladies.
Number 4. Delroy Lindo, The Five Bloods. With its lengthy running time, fearless storytelling, and important themes, this war drama is as Spike Lee as Spike Lee joints come. Directed and produced by the influential and respected filmmaker, it sees several African-American men return to Vietnam to find the body of their deceased squad commander and the gold they buried while serving in the Vietnam War. One of these vets is played by Delroy Lindo, an actor who's not only been in multiple Lee films, but has also been nominated for many awards. As Paul, Lindo will likely be nominated for even more, with the Chicago Sun-Times stating he, quote, should be an instant contender for Best Actor. And it's true, Lindo doesn't hold back. His powerhouse performance is intense, affecting, and captivating.
Being back here, it is not easy.
Number 3. Ben Affleck, The Way Back. In these trying times, a feel-good sports drama about team spirit and redemption is exactly what we need.
What did we discover last night at Baptist?
That defense creates offense. We have to maintain pressure for all 4 quarters.
Right. Discovered that we're a pressing team. We don't take any plays off, we don't let them breathe. As soon as they get over half court, we trap.
Even if the ball's in the middle of the court?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Sure, the movie takes a tried and tested route with the story of Jack Cunningham, an alcoholic construction worker turned coach who leads his team of underdogs to victory. But Ben Affleck steers clear of the cliches and portrays Jack in a touchingly genuine way. The actor seamlessly shifts between vulnerability and emotional distance as his character navigates the highs and lows of addiction recovery.
I'm worried that this might be part of a larger problem, Jack. Would that be true?
You didn't want to just come talk to me.
I did come talk to you about it, Jack, and then you lied to me.
I never lied to you. I don't lie to you about anything.
You lied to me today about your alarm clock.
I had a power outage in my house.
You were drunk at practice.
Oh, bullshit.
Affleck has lately opened up about his own struggles with alcoholism, which undoubtedly helped him connect with the character in a deeply personal way.
I feel a little bit awkward sort of taking credit for, I mean, there have been so many alcoholics who played alcoholics in the history of the movie business.
The result is what some critics have called the best performance of his career. Number 2, Hugh Jackman, Bad Education. This Australian actor may be famous for playing the hunky superhero Wolverine, but he originally came from a theater background, and he puts his stage experience to good use in this comedy drama based on the real-life scandal of Roslyn High School.
Let's tease this out, okay? We don't perform, we go down to the rankings. And then our sister schools nose us out of the top 10, top 100.
Syosset and Jericho, those sons of bitches.
And that's when we start seeing property values adversely affected.
Debuting at the Toronto International Film Festival the previous year, this 2020 crime flick sees Hugh Jackman play Frank Tassone, a charismatic superintendent who gets caught for embezzling millions of dollars from the school district's funds. Jackman visibly had an acute understanding of the character. As the seemingly upright superintendent, he exudes a superficial confidence that's just theatrical enough to feel insincere. When the mask falls, his portrayal of Tassone's insecurity and frustrated ambition is almost painful to watch, but also darkly captivating.
I'm from first to last place, and you keep thinking to yourself, what the hell do I have to do to get this thing off my back? Well, I'll tell you, Chad, it's real simple. You just put your foot on the gas real hard, and you accelerate so fast that rope snaps in two.
Well, I'm impressed that there have been so many great performances in 2020, despite the fact that pretty much every movie any of us was looking forward to has been postponed. That just proves you should expand your movie-watching horizons. I know we cannot say enough good things about our number 1 movie and performance, so let's take a look at the honorable mentions, and then we'll see the top movie performance of the year so far. Alison Brie, Horse Girl, an eerily moving take on mental illness.
So did you hang out with your Zumba friends last night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone just came over and we sort of had a little party. And I met a guy.
Sarah? What?
Betty Gilpin, The Hunt, a reluctant horror heroine and a total badass.
Everything okay?
I lost my wallet.
Oh.
It's for, emergencies.
Haley Bennett, Swallow, domestic hell and unnatural hunger. Nicolas Cage, Color Out of Space. An alpaca rancher / tomato farmer descends into madness following a meteor crash.
Nate, are you listening to me?
You know, I did everything I was supposed to do.
Anya Taylor-Joy, Emma. From naive arrogance to touching vulnerability, plus an impeccable sense of comic timing.
3 things, very dull indeed. That will do just for me. I shall be sure to say 3 dull things as soon as I open my mouth.
Mom, but there's the difficulty. When have you ever stopped at 3?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Elisabeth Moss, The Invisible Man. It's not always easy for actors who have proven their worth to keep impressing audiences, but this Emmy Award-winning actress has done it again.
Cecilia, although our relationship was far from perfect, I at least thought we had built up enough trust that you would talk to me rather than running away from what you perceived us to have.
Sorry, you're not allowed to do that.
I'm required to read this?
She's not required to listen. Email me a copy, and we will read it.
Elisabeth Moss masterfully conveys all the psychological agony of Cecilia Cass, a woman who gets tormented by her allegedly dead ex in this sci-fi horror film.
I saw some things. It was right there. It was right there. There were footprints. I saw it.
You saw footprints?
Yes, I saw on the sheets. I saw it right there. I saw them. There's someone in here. There was someone in here.
As Cecilia struggles to convince people that she's not crazy, Moss's performance is not only gut-wrenching to watch, it's also a powerful reminder of what real-life abuse victims experience. Not only did she nail the part, she also actually revised the script to ensure it reflected a woman's point of view.
Thank you for being here. I love you. You're like a cop, Emily, and you have this brute force strength that is
so comforting.
2020 is shaping up to be a big year for Moss. In January, she starred as Shirley Jackson in Josephine Decker's biopic about the iconic horror author.
My dear.
There's not enough scotch in the world for that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.